Emma's tangled vows. Emma had always believed their love was unbreakable. At 23, she looked back on her life with Alex like a fairy tale that had slowly curdled into something unrecognizable. They met when she was a sophomore and he was a senior, the quiet, brilliant boy who chose her over every other girl who fluttered around him. When college came, Alex turned down a prestigious scholarship at a top-tier university just so he could attend the same mid-sized school where Emma had a realistic shot. "I don't want to do this without you," he'd whispered one night under the stars, his hand warm in hers. He graduated with honors, landed a solid software engineering job at a growing tech firm, and immediately started building the life they'd dreamed about. Emma dropped out after one miserable semester. School had always felt like a cage to her. Instead, she poured herself into their home, cooking his favorite meals, keeping their small apartment spotless, creating a soft landing for him after long coding marathons. For years, it worked. They were each other's world. But cracks appeared quietly, the way they always do. Alex's demanding job meant longer hours. The gym sessions they used to share became rare. His once-defined abs softened, his energy for romance faded. Sex went from passionate and frequent to occasional and mechanical. Emma told herself it was temporary. Then Marcus, Alex's old college friend, started coming around more often. Marcus was everything Alex no longer seemed to be: athletic, attentive, ambitious in his master's program, and always ready with a joke or a deep conversation. At first, Emma was wary. She'd never liked Alex's friends invading their space. But Marcus had this effortless charm. He listened when she complained about feeling invisible. He remembered her favorite shows, her childhood stories, the way she liked her coffee. Alex noticed how well they got along and seemed genuinely relieved. "I'm glad you finally like one of my buddies," he'd say, kissing her forehead before disappearing into his home office again. The promise Alex made before their wedding, that he'd never let work pull him away like in those cliché movies, began to feel like a lie. He came home later and later. Marcus started arriving earlier to wait for Alex. Soon, those waiting hours turned into full days of hanging out with Emma. One ordinary Tuesday morning, Marcus showed up at 9 a.m. Emma was still in her oversized sleep shirt and panties, no bra, hair messy from the night before. She blushed but didn't rush to change, they'd grown that comfortable. Marcus grinned, stripped down to his boxers and a t-shirt, and jumped into bed beside her. "Undies time," he declared playfully. The air thickened. His hand found her thigh. She shifted closer. Before rational thought could catch up, he pulled her between his legs, grinding against her with unmistakable hunger. Their first kiss was desperate, electric. What followed was hours of raw, passionate sex in the very bed she shared with her husband. No protection, Marcus hated it, and in that moment, Emma craved the risk, the closeness, the feeling of being truly wanted again. She expected crushing guilt. Instead, she felt alive. Their affair became an addiction. For months, they met almost daily. Emma started calling him hubby in private texts. Marcus made her feel seen, desired, sexy in ways Alex no longer did. He was possessive in a thrilling way at first, asking her to take off her wedding ring during their encounters. One afternoon it went missing. Alex noticed immediately. "You never take it off," he said, voice tight with confusion. Emma lied smoothly. The lies multiplied. Marcus began whispering doubts. Alex was neglecting her, choosing work over love, becoming lazy and unattractive. Under his influence, Emma grew cold. She stopped kissing Alex goodnight. She slept as far from him as possible. When they argued, she called him fat and boring, words that cut deep because she knew his insecurities. Their sex life died completely. Alex grew suspicious, especially when he saw how Emma lit up around Marcus. The breaking point came violently. Alex finally banned Marcus from the apartment. In retaliation, Marcus sent him everything: hundreds of explicit photos, videos of them having sex in the marital bed, voice messages where Emma moaned that Marcus was better, that she loved him, that Alex could never satisfy her the way he did. The time-stamped evidence was devastating. When Alex came home that night, the storm exploded. He screamed through lamps, shattered picture frames containing their wedding photos. Emma had never seen him like this, eyes wild, tears streaming, scratching at his own arms until they bled. He watched the videos on his phone with a broken expression, especially the parts where Marcus finished inside her repeatedly, something she had denied Alex until marriage. "You let him in our bed?" His voice cracked. Neighbors called the police. Officers separated them, clearly leaning toward Alex's side. They suggested Emma leave for the night. She went to her mother's, heart pounding with a toxic mix of fear, regret, and lingering attachment to Marcus. Now living with her mom and working part-time at a cafe, Emma was drowning. She still hadn't fully cut Marcus off. He texted constantly, calling her wifey, showing up at her mother's place with flowers and promises. "Alex tossed you aside. I'm here. I've always been here." Part of her clung to him. He was the only one making her feel wanted amid the wreckage. But she missed Alex with a pain that felt physical. She sent messages, letters, even tried mutual friends as messengers. His only response: tell her to get a lawyer. "I want a divorce." Then came the update from Alex's sister, Sophia. Sophia called one rainy evening, voice heavy. "He's not okay, Emma. He barely eats. He's lost so much weight he looks sick. All he does is work until he collapses, then sleeps for a few hours before starting again. He won't see anyone. He's terrified to go outside because he thinks everyone knows what happened, that he's a joke, the husband whose wife was screwing his friend in their own bed." Emma felt a stab of something: guilt? Defensiveness? "It's his choice how he reacts," she muttered, but her voice lacked conviction. Sophia's tone sharpened. "He has everything, Emma. The videos, the messages, proof you were on birth control just for Marcus. He paid for the apartment, the cars, everything. If you fight this divorce, you'll walk away with almost nothing. Sign the papers. Or don't, but the evidence will destroy you in court." Yet Emma couldn't bring herself to sign. Late at night, she stared at old photos of Alex, the boy who gave up everything for her. She replayed their early days, wondering where the turning point truly was. Was it her boredom? Marcus's seduction? Or had Alex's absence created the perfect storm? Unknown to Emma, Alex sat in his darkened apartment, staring at his phone. Among the hundreds of files Marcus sent, there was one video he hadn't shown anyone yet, a clip where Marcus, post-sex, laughed and said something cryptic: "She doesn't know the half of it." Alex had started digging. He'd found old messages between Marcus and another friend hinting that Marcus had targeted Emma deliberately, perhaps out of some long-buried rivalry with Alex from college. And deeper still, a single deleted text thread on Emma's old cloud backup that she thought she'd wiped, Messages suggesting Marcus had been planning this for months, even before he started visiting regularly. Alex hadn't decided what he'd do with this information. Revenge? Reconciliation? Or something darker that would unravel everyone involved? Emma's phone buzzed with a new message. It was from an unknown number. "You think this is over? The real story is just beginning." Her heart stopped. Was it Alex? Marcus? Or someone else watching from the shadows? She didn't know who to trust anymore, not even herself. The only certainty was that the marriage she once thought was forever had become a web of secrets, and pulling any single thread might destroy what little remained. The next move was hers, but every choice carried hidden consequences she couldn't yet see.